Lindsay, we mentioned Auburn having 4 really good running backs, few of them younger, but I think they'll be battle tested and ready by the time the season starts. But I mentioned this when I was doing, Jarquez Hunter being my biggest winner for the Auburn Tigers across the 45-day transfer portal window, because the only running back they got that would, in theory, take touches away is Brian Battie. And I'm just not sold that he's going to get Jarquez's touches. I think Jarquez is going to get close to 50% of the market share. And then Battie is going to be your gadget guy stuff. And I mean, he's 165, 170 pounds. I don't think he can take 10 touches a game. That's just my thought. Could be wrong. Right. I think he's going to be really big on special teams. And I think he'll be a gadget guy, change of pace guy over the course of his time at Auburn in 2023. And then I think Damari Alston and Jeremiah Cobb are going to kind of compete for the rest of them. That's kind of my stance on all of this. And then Robbie's going to get a handful of rushes a game. So I'm not really buying that he's going to be impacted by all of these other talented backs that are on the team. I think they're going to be comfortable feeding Jarquez Hunter. Do you think I'm off on that?
No, I think you nailed the whole thing of Brian Battie is going to have that Corey Grant, Ontario McCaleb kind of gadget role where he's going to be split out wide and, sweep across the formation, catch a short pass, return kicks, things like that.
Yeah.
The Cobb Alston battle is going to be very interesting to watch.
Agreed.
Obviously, you won't spring. It'll be Alston as a number 2 because Cobb doesn't report to campus until, I believe, the summer.
I think that's right. Yeah.
So that'll be quite interesting to kind of see how that shakes out. But no, Jarquez Hunter is the only one of these guys that is built as a feature back that has the size. And I know Battie did it last year. He did it at USF in a lower level of competition. I don't quite think that translates exactly to the SEC as far as his ability at, like you said, 5'8", 165 to hold up to a full season of being the primary ball carrier. And so, yeah, it makes sense that Jarquez Hunter is going to get the number 1 carries and probably a more of those than Tank got because you don't have a slam dunk experienced number 2 behind him like you had behind Tank. And also Jarquez doesn't have the injury history, getting nicked up like Tank sometimes did and had to come out for a spell. And Jarquez got more run than you would expect because of that. So it makes sense.
Yeah, so when we talk about Jarquez Hunter having one of the best seasons that we've seen in Auburn in the last decade or so, how many touches you get matters, right? And so if he can keep that same average somehow and get, 100 more touches, like we're talking about one of the best rushing performances in college football in 2023. So I certainly think it's possible. I'm not certainly guaranteeing that it'll happen, but I think with Hugh Freeze's scheme and just the current makeup of Auburn's roster, it is certainly possible.